Hey everybody, welcome back to the Soccer Plug. As we are going to be discussing today, news that Chelsea have sacked Frank Lampard as their manager. And what this, really made me think about was that if Frank Lampard was not given time at Chelsea, then which manager ever will be? No manager really has been there for more than I don't even think 3 full seasons in a row. Obviously we're not counting Jose Mourinho's combined 2 stints at the club. But yeah, just Chelsea currently sit ninth. They've won one of their last 5 Premier League games, and it's not good enough. But the statement from owner Roman Abramovich reads, "This was a very difficult decision for the club, not least because I have an excellent personal relationship with Frank, and I have the utmost respect for him. He is a great man of integrity and has the highest of work ethics. However, under the current circumstances, we believe it is best to change managers. On behalf of everyone at the club, the board, and personally, I would like to thank Frank for his work as head coach and wish him every success in the future. He's an important icon of this great club, and his status here remains undiminished. He will always be warmly welcomed back at Stamford Bridge." And like they said, he's an icon and legend of the club. And they were never going to say anything bad. It was always going to be, nice words in there. But, apparently, as you go deeper, there's another article in The Athletic about his sacking and some of the reasons, in depth, why it really seemed to fall apart, such as Lampard's relationship with director Marina Granovitskaya. Sorry about that. Deteriorated. Apparently, Ralph Ragnick was offered interim job last week for 4 months, but turned it down. Calls were made in recent weeks to, Julian Nagelsmann, the manager of RB Leipzig, before the deal with Thomas Tuchel, who is now going to be, looks like all but replacing Lampard, as long as a negative COVID test comes in from Germany. Leicester game was the tipping point in the morning after, spent trying to finalize the successor. Lampard knew of this. He shook the players' hands and thanked them for their efforts under him. And after the Leicester match, Peter Cech involved in talking to new stars' agents as their forms dipped. Some players complained about his lack of tactical instruction not being spoken to for months. Apparently that was Kepa specifically. His desire to re-sign Declan Rice annoyed his bosses. The dressing room felt manager showed no empathy and were hurt by his public criticism. And Lampard would have walked out of the club apparently anyway had, him not being sacked because he wasn't happy with what was going on at the club. And all this points to and says is that, I think he should have been given time. I don't know how they didn't think he was going to need time. He's a young manager, relatively inexperienced. And now, obviously, this is just a failure. Again, this is their style, Chelsea, to just, we know, sack managers, get a new one in, try and jumpstart the squad, They have had some success with that. Excuse me. And I just think that they should have known that this was, that this was going to be a long-term thing, and this was their chance to move away from that tactic of constantly firing managers. But no, they decided to move forward without Frank Lampard. And I think ultimately, honestly, in the end, this might be the correct move. I don't know if he is a top manager, and they are getting an improvement in the managerial category. And Thomas Tuchel coming in, he has won a trophy with Borussia Dortmund and PSG, even though we know that winning trophies with PSG isn't the biggest of challenges in the French league. But ultimately, this might be the correct move. It's just, I think a bit harsh on him. And this is clearly a move to try and, jumpstart the careers of Timo Werner and Kai Havertz, who clearly were struggling under Frank Lampard. And I think the people behind the scenes that are making the transfers think they have quality players in here, and they bought the right players. But it's just that, the manager and Frank Lampard hasn't put them in the places to be successful. And they're going to put someone in, obviously, German manager coming in, 2 German players that haven't been successful. I wonder who that caters to. And, we'll see how it works out. They'll probably get a bump and, form right away. And hopefully, for their sake, they move up the table. But that's going to be all today, guys. If you enjoyed, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys next time.